everybody. It is Wednesday night here beyond the Airwaves, the Infinity Project. And since it is Wednesday, it's our Wild Card Wednesday. And tonight it's our review, which is spelled Review. Get it?
Yep.
That was the whole idea. Yeah, well, anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to review Hamilton because I just finished watching it less than an hour ago.
Yeah,
And
it's good.
I'll let you know if the hype was worth it. Yeah, and let's see. Uh, anyway, I'm your host for tonight. I am Oddball Extreme. I'm currently joined on the line by a couple of my crazy cohorts. First, over here, we have our star child, Janet. Hello, Janet.
Hello, everybody. How's it going? And guess what day it is? It's Hump
It's
Day.
Hump Day. Yes, it is. Mike. Yeah, that's right. There's our resident Joker, Mike.
Hello, how's it going? Happy Wednesday.
Yep.
This week has actually gone by pretty quick.
Yeah.
Like, oh my goodness sakes.
Yeah, but I'll bet you it hadn't gone quick enough for everybody who was affected by Isaias.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Um, I think it went up through Nova Scotia, heading
Yeah.
out towards
Mm-hmm.
the North Sea.
Yeah, and then saw something where there were like a couple of tornadoes in Delaware, and
Mm,
one almost got a lady in her house.
oh.
Yeah, basically a tree had fallen down. She was in like on the far side. If she had stayed on that side, the tree would have crushed her.
Or how about the people in Quantico?
Yeah, yeah, she almost got crushed. But here's the interesting thing: her husband works for the power company, so they were able to do something right away. Thank goodness. But yeah, oh, yeah, and there is a really, really shocking video that's been circulating today. Let me put it this way: a photographer was doing a wedding photo shoot, okay? And guess what? The photographer captured the shock wave of that explosion.
But and the bride was safe. You could see her running for cover,
Yeah, the bride and the groom. Yeah, I saw in the story nobody in the wedding party was hurt. Thank God.
which is a good
That
thing.
is frightening. But the fact that everybody knew what had happened, but like I said, it wasn't the explosion; it was the shock wave.
It's like six of one, half a dozen of another.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is there was like a before and after picture of that port. There's that one building right there. Guess what? That one building is completely gone. There's a crater where that is.
Oh, I know. Just like what happened in Oklahoma City.
Yeah. Turns out there was some ammonium nitrate in that building.
Yeah, if it was Israel and they knew what was in that building, they targeted it on purpose.
Hmm. Yeah, we just don't know what exactly happened. All right, so now here's the funny thing. I don't have a spoiler alert thing on here yet, so I'm just gonna say
Spoiler
spoiler
alert.
alert, spoiler alert,
Spoiler
spoiler
alert.
alert.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to come up with something different, like maybe have River Song say it, because she comes up with spoilers, right?
Yes. Very, very blunt, too.
Yep, exactly. All right, so let's see. It's gonna be a fairly quick review, so maybe it may not be much after this, unless Frodo gets on here. All right, so anyway, it's the first time I've ever seen the musical since I've heard so much hype on it. It's definitely an unusual take as the setting is the Revolutionary War, yet the sound is modern and hip hop. For me, it's really a strange combination, but somehow this actually works. Lin Manuel Miranda did a good job with his role of Alexander Hamilton, as well as the other cast members, particularly the funny King George, played by Jonathan Groff. My God, he was hilarious. He put a sense of humor into the king. Let's see. So it basically starts at the Revolutionary War and goes through all the times all the way to the duel. However, a couple of my favorite moments. There's the mouth battle between Alexander Hamilton and Thomas Jefferson, like going at each other like an epic rap battle. It is absolutely funny. See, another funny moment is Alexander's son Philip doing his first rap on his ninth birthday.
Haha.
That's hilarious. Anyway, throughout Hamilton's career, he does well until he gets caught in an affair, and the news spreads like wildfire. His reputation gets completely ruined. Now his son tries to make it right, but guess what? He ends up dying in his own duel.
Okay.
Hmm.
Short, sweet, hard to beat, right?
Yeah. Hmm. But of course, at the end of it is the actual duel itself. So
Uh-huh.
yeah. But anyway, probably the hardest part for me personally was knowing this was a complete musical and not a play because there is a huge difference. Let's see. The hype surrounding the musical is real and it turns out really well, particularly when the songs time out right. My score on this one is 9 out of 10. I wish they'd kept the F bomb, but then it wouldn't have been available on Disney Plus in the first place.
Yeah, that's the
Right.
only gripe that I had with it.
Yeah.
I saw the movie and it's so good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I watched that. It's like, wow. And they even gave you a 1 minute intermission. It's like, you can do whatever you need, like run to the bathroom or.
Popping
Just
popcorn.
just like you would as
And
if you were at an actual,
Broadway
Broadway
musical.
play.
Yeah. Because they have to do that. Um, like for changing sets and so forth.
Well, luckily with this musical, they are constantly changing sets.
That's true.
It's like, and also like part of their set actually moves
It's a
around,
rotating floor.
rotating
I've seen that.
floor.
I have seen that at the Shakespeare Festival, so I know exactly what you're talking
And
about.
Shirley, what about the rotating things they had at the Double Dare exhibit in Orlando?
Yeah. Mhm.
Remember the Double Dare exhibit on the
Oh
cruise?
yeah. Mhm. Yeah, I remember that. But
They had
but yeah,
rotating
but
stages.
yeah, there's like, but I know what you're talking about because there's a rotating floor over at the Shakespeare Festival too, and I think Janet, when you and I were on that cruise last year, we got a behind the scenes look, and I think they have a rotating stage too.
Right,
Yeah.
the Double Dare show,
No, it was the game show, not the Double Dare show. It wasn't
the
Double
game
Dare.
show.
Yeah, it was the Hasbro game show.
Yes.
Hmm. Yeah, it was the Hasbro game show. But that is just interesting that they have that rotating floor. It's like, man, I don't know if I'd probably get dizzy on it.
I would too, honestly.
Yeah, I would probably get really really dizzy. But you know I but I mean I'm basically done with that review already. But I mean, going back to that photo shoot in Beirut, when the bride looks so gorgeous and everything. I mean, it looked like picture perfect.
And then the
And then the
fireball came.
shockwave.
Yeah, I
Oh
was
god.
listening to the Weather Channel and or something about this explosion. You know what caused that white cloud?
What was it?
It was the explosion evaporating the moisture in the air.
Wow, I did not know that.
Well,
That is interesting.
And
I
also,
learned something new.
Hmm.
yeah, and also Ash is in the chat room saying, "Hey
Hi,
everyone,
Ash.
yeah, I've not seen the
Ash.
movie yet."
Okay.
Ash, as soon as you get back into CR, that is going to change. She already knows that, but
Yeah. Well, I just finished watching it. Because I've always been curious about it. Because there's been so much times like, okay, now it's on Disney Plus. I'm in, and it was definitely worth it. It was definitely worth it. Because I guess I haven't been used to a musical in so long either. Yeah.
right. This would technically be my first musical too,
Yeah. Well, I
or at least a Broadway.
yeah, I did. I did see a dress rehearsal for Carmen 1 year when I was living in Ohio. Hold on. All right, there it is. Yeah, I actually saw.
Oh, you are such a good puppy doggy.
Yeah, I saw a dress rehearsal for Carmen. When I was in middle school in Ohio.
Look here, Shirley.
Yeah,
Nice contour.
thank you.
Nice contour. Look at my camera.
Yeah, I see it.
I see
Aw,
the pup.
hello. Hello there. How are you?
Somebody's saying hello to you, dog. Okay, time to get down.
Yeah, it was so interesting. We got to go to a dress rehearsal of Carmen before the performance. I think it was like the next day. Um, and it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool seeing that because you got there was this one blooper. I'll never forget this. Um, she had to do something with the door, and the door opened on its own, and she looked at the audience and said, "Magic."
Get it. Get your clothes on.
That was so funny. That was extremely funny.
I'm not coming out.
Yeah, and then I got to see like a dress rehearsal for another play called 1776, and it was at the Faulkner Theater at the school, Faulkner University. And I remember there were some funny things there, and I remember I took some photos where I think I had Benjamin Franklin drinking diet. I think it was Benjamin Franklin drinking Dr. Pepper, and then there was another photo of somebody else. He had McDonald's French fries, but they were dressed in period costumes. So it's like,
Oh wow.
yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yep. Also says I've seen so many Broadway shows. My favorites are Phantom of the Opera and Book of Mormon. I've always wanted to go see Hamilton though, but it's so expensive. I'm sure it's well worth it.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it is too. But yeah, you're right. It is expensive.
but at least on Disney Plus, if you already subscribed to it, it's either $6.99 a month, or if you're doing that Disney
You,
Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus combo, it's practically $4.99.
or if you're doing the yearly, it's only $65.99,
That's true. Yeah.
and that's what Mom and I are doing. Is that one?
Mhm.
The $16.99.
But yeah, I think the one complaint that most people have on Hamilton on Disney Plus, they should have left the F bomb in there.
Well,
Yeah, they
then
should.
it wouldn't be Disney.
Yeah, that's true. That unfortunately is true. So I can proudly say I finally saw Hamilton.
Yep. Same here with me. I've been wanting to see it myself.
Hmm.
Oh,
Now let me ask this question. I know Lamar Odom Jr. I feel like he played in basketball before.
Lamar Odom Jr.
Yeah, it rings a bell to me, as I know there was another Odom who did play in the NBA, but I don't know if
There is a Lamar Odom,
okay,
but Lamar Odom Jr. is
not a basketball player, but he's a Broadway. He is a Broadway
right.
actor. Okay, okay. You said because I knew the name rang a bell. Oh, that's good. Oh, God. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Yeah, but anyway, let's see. Let's see. ES is long gone now. And oh, I there's something. Somebody put up something, and James Spann, he's like the meteorologist of North Alabama. Okay, he's basically calling them out. Okay, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share the picture here. If I can find it. Where are you? Okay, yeah, here it is. All right, I'm going to share the screen here if I can get it. Okay, gotta remember do it via here. Be easier. There we go. It worked. Yay! Please tell me you can see that.
Well, I'm looking
Mm,
on. Is it on Twitch or here?
Yeah, it should be Twitch. At least I hope. Please tell me it worked.
It's up there. I saw it.
Yay! Good. All right. Well, James Bannon posted this 14 hours ago. He said, I have been bombarded with private messages from people seeing outrageous long range hurricane forecasts on social media asking, is this true? Posting deterministic model output in the 8 to 15 day time frame showing dangerous hurricanes is wrong. There is zero skill in a forecast that far out, and it is nothing more than clickbait that brings fear. You have a better chance of playing pickup sticks with your backside than accurately forecasting a hurricane 8 to 15 days in advance. It's like, you go, brother.
Mr. Stan, I salute you.
A lot of people said that. It's like, oh crap, that's a good one.
You have a better chance of playing pickup sticks with your backside.
Yep. Yeah,
Man, then you've got to learn how to clench your buns real tight.
yeah. And somebody said, must be a new kind of game that I haven't heard about. Keep up the good work. But he's right though. It is getting so out of hand now. There we go. All right. But but honestly, it's like, at the time they had the super outbreak back in 2011. I mean, they were talking about this several days out, but it panned out to be absolutely true. But it wasn't 8 to 15 days, it was about 7. So,
Yeah. So then I said is, or whatever the hurricane's name was,
Isaias?
Isaias skirted Florida. It
Hmm.
didn't do the direct hit like they'd been predicting all along.
Right, but there was still considerable wind damage to some parts of Florida.
Right.
Because people have a
What
tendency to say
nationality is that Isaias anyway? Never
Isaias sounds like it's Spanish. I know that much.
Portuguese.
Yeah, it's probably Spanish because Isaias. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Isaias, and I will be causing trouble for you. And no, I am not Inigo Montoya. It was it. I think about like 3 million people lost power during that storm around the Northeast. So, that's good. All right. Well, let's see. I don't want to get into that big story that Janet had posted earlier in the group, but
Which one?
the one about the removed Facebook post.
Well, you can hit the highlights on that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put it in a nutshell. Um, the president put out some false information, and Facebook finally had the cojones to remove it because they have been, because believe it or not, Facebook had been under pressure by several hundred companies. Like, if you're not gonna police this, we're gonna pull out. So basically, yeah. In case you want to know what the misinformation was, he said something to the effect of children are almost immune to it. That's not
Not
true
true.
because 2 kids in a Georgia elementary school have tested positive. So, and
You know what?
what?
Old Trump's still throwing a tissy fit, wanting to
Eh,
cancel the election.
yeah, I ain't gonna worry about it though. It's not gonna happen. Let's see. Oh, I hear a woof in the audience.
Yeah, it's my doggies.
Mm-hmm. Arf, 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 arf. Let's see. Arf, arf, arf.
I discovered a bear and I killed him with a hidden blade.
Oh
Whew.
wow.
I'm playing Assassin's Creed 3 and there is a bear and I found one for the first time.
It's not the bear in the big blue house, is it? Sorry, couldn't resist that one.
The grab I could probably sell for a big sum of money unless I needed to use for crafting.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. I'm not focusing on hunting at the moment unless I end up getting
Yeah.
stalked by a wolf or a cougar or a
All right, I'm
bobcat
gonna
or
go get some
some damn
water. Hold the
thing.
thought.
Okay.
Get
Hold it. Hold it. Hold
holding.
it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it.
I'm holding. Holding. There it is.
It looks like Frodo may not show up tomorrow. He may save this for tomorrow. You
I
know?
wouldn't blame him if he chose to go that route.
Yeah. Let's just say let's just say the governor of your state is the
Governor of
subject.
Iowa.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Not exactly making a very wise decision here.
No.
I'll just
Mm-mm.
say that.
Yeah, we'll leave that there for now, and we'll let Frodo rant big time tomorrow on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so far it looks like we're here in Alabama. We're keeping the masks on, and it looks like it's working.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's another thing that the Reynolds is not doing is mandating masks.
I know.
Most most businesses around Cedar Rapids, Marion have already started to do so on their
Their own.
own
Yeah.
volition, which is smart of them to do so.
Yeah.
I I guarantee you most businesses are not doing that because well they don't really care about that kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, when people start getting sick from COVID-19 and dying, that could change their mind. But
Yep.
of course, somebody said, "Oh, you don't need to wear a mask. It's nothing." It's like, really? I wear a mask because I have my 76-year-old mother, and my brother's had it. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
don't tell me not to wear a mask.
Exactly.
Hmm.
But
Because I had.
anyway,
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, I was just saying anyway, kind of moving the thing along.
Yeah.
Where is that feather? Also, if you hear me mumbling, that's because I'm looking for feathers
Okay.
in the frontier region in Assassin's Creed 3.
All right. Cool.
I'm almost done. I got 3 more regions to go through, then I'm finished.
That's good. Well, let's see. One person I want to try to get on the guest here in the next month or so. Her name is LaShawn Colvin. She's that comic book. She's the comic book writer and all. She's the local comic book writer here. She's gonna try to open her own shop here in
Nice.
Montgomery. And here's the best part:
Nice.
it is not very far from my house. I know where the location is. Like, oh my god, that's not far away. Like, I can take that. I like that. Drop by there after you know, in the afternoon or something. Depending on when I get a new job and such. Because I'm not quite job hunting yet, but I probably will. Probably by the end of this month. Because I just want to make sure I update my resume, get a certification or two, and then be ready. Yeah, let's see if there's anything else interesting.
Okay, there we go.
Deli smoked rib meal. Oh man, don't make me drool, damn it.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's at Publix.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like get the deli smoked rib meal. It's like, oh my god.
Thanks, Mailbird. That's my email application.
Ah, oh, oh boy.
More than one tab open.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
give me a break.
Uh,
Oh, and gaming news today.
uh huh.
The remaster of Pikmin 3 is coming out to the Switch on October 30th.
Nice.
They just announced that today as kind of a, a surprise drop or surprise
Yeah, and
announcement.
JJ's now in the chat room as well. Hello, JJ.
Hi, JJ.
Yeah, but hmm. Oh yes, today is also Larry Kinney's birthday. If you're not familiar with him, he's the voice of Lion-O from the '80s Thundercats, voice of Claudius for the 2011 Thundercats. He voiced Bluegrass on Silverhawks. He was also the voice. He's also been the voice of Sonny from Cocoa Puffs, and
Okay.
he's also if you ever hear the Skittles guy at the end of every commercial, he says blank the rainbow, taste the rainbow. That's him too. He's been doing that for more than 35 years.
Wow.
Hmm. It's so recognizable.
Huh.
And I
That's
see
cool.
I see Frodo in the picture.
Frodo.
Hmm.
Oh, hey, Frodo. There he is.
Okay. Looks like he's not quite on the audio yet.
Yeah, he is. He may not be like right at the mic.
Oh, okay. That's
Can you
fine.
hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, just checking.
Okay.
Sorry, I was saying something and it didn't transfer, so it's all good.
All right. Cool. Well, I already finished
So,
my Hamilton review, so you're good.
yeah, I didn't. Just so everyone knows, I didn't want to hear about Hamilton because I haven't seen it, and I want to see it without spoilers.
That's fine.
Fair enough.
So, but what I'm gonna say is going to be health related with a tinge of politics, but there's a good reason for it.
Hmm.
Um, my governor is an idiot. Part well, I don't know what part it is now.
Part 3, I think.
Probably in your case, it would be part 67 for all we know.
Probably more like part 175,220, but
Mother of God.
Um, so before we start today, I'm gonna send a change.org petition to you, Shirley,
Okay.
for you to pop up on the screen for everyone, if you would.
Sure.
Um, if if you live in Iowa and are not pleased with Kim Reynolds' current s- standing with the virus, please sign this.
I know where
I'm
it is. Here it is. It's right here. Oh. Oh, okay. You just put it in there.
so let's boil this down. We all know I have a disdain for Kim Reynolds. Okay? Let's just say that right out the gate, okay?
Okay.
And I have very good reason to have that disdain. And my reasoning got even more verified today.
Okay. All right. Let me get the capture up because I got it. All right. Here we go. There it is.
Yep, there it is. So if you live in Iowa, please sign this petition to get rid of Kim Reynolds because she needs to be impeached. Today, she said, with regards to the schools going back to class, and we all know, first off, they that she told everyone that you have to have 50% plus one students in your class. Okay, beyond stupid there, but whatever, we'll deal with that. So, today she explained further. If you have if you had COVID and are you are quote unquote immune. First off, there is no qualified evidence that qualified immunity exists
Mhm.
with COVID 19.
Mhm.
Okay. She also said that school teachers are, for the intensive purposes of this, are considered essential workers.
Mhm.
Okay, I can understand that perspective, but if they're so essential, then, and I'm going to get into the next part in a moment, but then why aren't you doing anything to help these teachers?
Mhm.
You also have said that in order for a school district to cancel classes due to the pandemic, there must be a 15% infection rate in the county that the school resides in, and, not or, and the school in question must have a 10% or greater absenteeism rate due to the virus.
Hmm.
You know
Okay,
what I say to that, don't you?
that she's fucking
Bull,
stupid.
bull. I say bull with a generous helping of shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so she said all this stuff, and I'm not taking it out of context. I'm not even reading it. I've
Mhm.
memorized what she said because I it pissed me off so much. And now I find out tonight. I have a friend who works at Aldi's. I am not naming names, but there's a chance that the person who I am discussing may be listening in. Hey, you guys, if you are, um, my friend told me something that really fucking bothers me. The school districts, the teachers, the school districts, the state, and everyone else are not fucking helping these teachers with personal protective equipment and sanitization equipment. These teachers who are being forced to work by our lovely, sarcasm fully intended,
Mhm.
lovely fucking governor whose only good thing she ever does is scissor with Trump. Yes, I know. I just disgusted some people. Sorry.
All right.
She is not taking personal responsibility for these teachers she's forcing to work. And she's putting A, every single teacher in the state, B, every single student in the state, C, every single administrator in the state, D, every single parent in the state, and E, all 2 point whatever million Iowans exist in this state at severe risk for infection from COVID 19. You are literally, this isn't a hyperbole either. This isn't a joke. This isn't a hyperbole. This isn't an exaggeration. You are literally, with your ruling, Miss Reynolds, putting everybody, everybody in the state at severe risk. I'm sorry. This isn't right.
Mm-mm.
Your job is to protect Iowans. Your job is to defend Iowans. Your
Come
job
in.
Oh,
Be back
your
in a minute.
okay.
Again.
your job is to make sure a very serious statistic. 28% of people think she's done a good job at this COVID 19.
Mm-hmm.
The next highest, next lowest is our star child's
Home state.
governor.
Yep. Ducey.
Yep. And we are also the only state in the entire country to have the following be true.
Yeah.
A, schools must go back to class, and B, no mask mandates.
Yep.
And she has actually tried to sue local governments for trying to put local mask mandates into effect. I'm sorry. I apologize for what I'm about to say. My coarse language is going to get a little severe, so for those who have sensitive ears, I apologize in advance. However, this would be considered a semi rant. But don't worry about putting up the supernova because it needs to be done.
Okay.
Miss Reynolds, the only reason you are in your fucking office in the governor's mansion right now is because your predecessor, Governor Terry Brain Dead, decided he would rather go to fucking China than continue to run our state. While I say that Brain Dead has done some things right, he is not he was not a good governor altogether. Okay. You are only there because we didn't have a good candidate to deal with you last election. While you technically have till 2021 till your term ends, I highly suspect that this petition is going to cause some ruffles in the state house. And I hope it does. Because this is Iowans telling you. This is not the country telling you. This is Iowans telling you you're doing a piss poor job.
Mm-hmm.
Next time you get next time you're up for election, if you if you stay in office, big if, I would recommend that you do not run. Especially if you plan to use the COVID 19 as a campaign positive,
Mm-hmm.
because it's not.
No.
You need to do what you're good at. The only thing you're
Thank
fucking
you.
the only thing you're fucking good at. And I'll say it again. The only thing you're good at is scissoring Donald Trump. You are a piss poor excuse for governor. You may be the first female governor in Iowa's history, but I guarantee you, with your actions with this COVID 19 pandemic, as much as this makes me sad to say, you will
Quiet. Not
have
you, Frodo, the dogs.
a legacy that will be hard for other female governors to overcome in our state. Not a hyperbole, not an opinion. This is pure fact. I think that you don't have any interest in protecting Iowans.
Mm-mm.
And as such, you do not deserve to be in the governor's mansion. Please, for the love of everything you hold dear, I will say that at one time, our state was great. Our state was amazing with regards to education, healthcare, and everything else. In the last 6 years, you've destroyed that, Miss Reynolds. Please don't take my words to mean that I'm threatening you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just speaking from the heart. Whatever you can do, whatever you do, since you are so dead set on this stupid and asinine idea of bringing kids back to schools, please, for the love of God, give these teachers the money they need to protect themselves, their students, and everybody else in this state. This is not a political issue.
Mm-hmm.
There is there is no politics in my pleas. I I realize it sounds like I'm bashing on her. No, I'm bashing on her decisions.
Mm-hmm.
My my point in stating this is simply put to bring attention to the million to the 2 million whatever people that she is putting at risk. I'm sorry if anyone's offended by me saying what I'm saying, but I feel it needed to be said.
Oh, nothing wrong with that.
I'll tell you
Although,
something, Frodo. Iowa teachers aren't the only one that's got to get their own supplies. I was in the Dollar Tree or the 99-cent store, one or the other of them, and I saw a teacher actually over in the school supply section buying up paper and, you know,
mm-hmm.
instruction, the letters and numbers that you use to teach the kids with,
Yep.
actually buying that. So Iowa isn't the only one that has to buy their own supplies. And I bet you they have to provide their own COVID-19 supplies too, in like Mesa, etc. Although some of the districts have said they would supply masks if the kids forgot theirs. But I just hope that your governor does better. Yeah. you know?
And
Mhm.
I'm going to say this right now. I have someone on my Facebook that has tried to defend her. Okay?
Ooh.
So I'm going to directly respond to that person. John, and I'm not giving out last names, your defense of her is aberrant. It is the state's job during a pandemic event to establish rules and regulations to protect the lives and health of those who are in the state. It is her job as governor to execute those protections with all due diligence. Yes, we can do our own help to protect others.
There's just so much we can do before it's there's
Not,
nothing left.
yep. I understand that you think it's just the government's job to protect our rights, and you're right. They do have that job, but it's also their job in a pandemic situation, as registered
Oh,
by the World
oh.
Health Organization, to protect everybody. Any child of a child 6th to 12th grade that wishes has options of all online academy. No, they don't. The school mandate states that 50% plus one student must be in person at a school. That doesn't say anything about it only applying to primary schools. That is all schools. Nobody is forced to return in person to brick and mortar schools. Wrong. At risk in public schools, it is teachers, not students, who have an almost non existent threat level. Wrong. Wrong. Many, many children have come down with this virus and passed it on to parents, teachers, grandparents, um, you know, the people who are most vulnerable. Children's immune systems aren't built up yet. And as such, they need all the defenses they can get. The fact that you are defending this, sir,
Mhm.
offends me to no
Mhm.
end. Trump has done a shitty job at protecting the country against this virus. We are looking at one death from COVID 19 in this country every 80 seconds. That's not a joke.
I believe you.
That's not a lie.
I believe you.
The fact that you are defending this offends me. You have your right to your opinion, and I will always defend your right to your opinion. But facts cannot be stated as opinion. And that rating that I was talking about, the 28%, wasn't just people outside of Iowa. It was people in Iowa that say she's doing a piss poor job.
The only one doing worse than her is my governor.
No, no, your governor's actually doing better than her. And that's sad. For those that don't know, I just started a new job. And every day I go to work, I'm afraid that someone might be bringing that into my job site.
This is ultimately why I chosen to stop looking.
I am scared for my life, but more apparent, I am scared for my wife's life. I'm scared for my mother-in-law's life. I am scared for my brother-in-law's life. I'm scared for my father-in-law's life. I'm scared for my father's life. I'm scared for my grandmother's life. I'm scared for my mother's life and her boyfriend. This is not a hyperbole. This is not a joke, people. I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm crying. I almost am. Because I truly, deeply, and seriously fear for my family's lives. Do I fear for my own? No. I've already been exposed to it. And newsflash, I have a strong immune system. I could care less about myself. While yes, my wife would feel like shit if I passed away, it doesn't mean that I'm going to. I'm not afraid for myself.
That's good.
I'm afraid for everyone else.
Mhm. I wouldn't blame you there.
Same.
And that's not a joke. I'm
Mm.
afraid for my neighbor who lives in constant fear of being killed because he has poor health. He has a bad heart. He has he has no immune system. These are real concerns, people. These are real concerns and worries.
I know where you're coming from, Frodo. I know exactly where you're coming from. I'm undergoing chemo right now, and I have to be very careful because of my immune system. I know where you're coming from. And all it takes for me is to not wear my mask, which I do every time I go out. My mask goes on. But all it takes is one inconsiderate person to have the possibility of infecting me
Mhm.
and me being compromised.
Hmm.
So I know where you're coming from, Frodo.
And that's another point right there. All the people who are undergoing chemotherapy because of different diseases, whatever kind of cancer you have, these type of rulings put everybody, everybody at risk. Shirley.
I think somebody's dozed off.
Uh oh.
I know
Mm-mm-mm.
where Frodo's coming from, Shirley, on that
Okay.
because of my chemo.
Mhm. Yeah, but that's why I turned my camera off. Yeah. Wow. Got 6 minutes left.
Okay, okay, I got a new report from someone else,
Okay.
one of my other friends, and I'm gonna read this directly, but I'm not gonna say names.
Okay.
When someone I know and trust tells me that she was told if her daughter didn't go back to school, physical school, not homeschool or cyber schooling, that she could face criminal charges, I find that to be appalling, especially
What?
since her daughter is of special needs.
Oh
So
my
don't
god.
tell me that Governor Reynolds is doing a good job as governor. She licks an orange ass.
Yeah.
This is not a joke, people.
Mm-mm.
Well, you want to know something? That was a concern in our state because we have a lot of special needs kids who need the the structure of her classroom. But
Yeah.
that's kind of hard to do during the pandemic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm I come
Oh.
to you
Uh huh.
I come to you right now, to everyone who listens to this show, either whether it be on demand, live, whatever. I come to you right now with a sincere hope. I don't care what your governor, your legislature in your state says. If you don't feel comfortable forcing your children or anyone you know of in your family to go to these places that are being opened, to go to these schools, to go wherever, you have ways to go about saying no.
Mhm.
Unlike in our state where parents are being forced to put their kids through school, I am very concerned for everybody
Okay, I
in
got a
this
question.
country.
Uh huh.
I got a question.
Yep.
What would your governor do if it was one of her own kids that came down with COVID after she made him go back to school?
I don't
What would
know.
she do?
I don't know. Maybe she'd exercise her position as governor and say she doesn't have to go. I don't know. I
Mhm.
wouldn't put it past her to do that.
Yeah.
Practice what you preach, lady.
Mhm. Yeah. But anyway, let's see. We're
I'm
down to. We got about. How much time we got left on the clock? 2.5 minutes.
well, I want to say, Shirley, thank you for giving me the time to say these things. Thank you guys for understanding that this isn't a political issue. This is not political at all.
Mhm.
I mean, hell, I I gave some praise to former Governor Branstad. Okay, he would have never allowed this shit to go down.
No.
He would have been like, "No, this doesn't happen." But she's putting everybody in my state at risk.
Mhm.
Please, if you live in Iowa, the petition should be going around Facebook.
Mhm.
It's on change.org, and all you have to do is literally search impeachment of Iowa governor,
Mhm.
and you'll see it.
Yep.
Please, if you feel as strongly about this as I do, sign the petition. Push our state legislature to do something about this.
Mhm.
This is literally life and death for people.
Yeah, because the problem, you see, the biggest problem is we're in first place in deaths. We're in first place in the most number of cases.
That
The
was my
whole
alarm.
country.
Sorry.
Yeah. So it's just gotten ridiculous. It's getting so out of hands. Like we could have done something from the get go, but nope, it didn't happen.
Well, yours will count, but you know.
Hmm. All right. Well, it's about time to wrap this up for tonight. Tomorrow, of course, is Rant Rocket Thursday, and Friday, of course, is nearly Naughty Mad Libs. So, um, now we have our new ending. I can just go ahead and say this. Everybody have a great night. Sleep well, stay safe, and remember to love, peace, and chicken grease. And we'll have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow night. So let's end it right.
Hi everyone. See you tomorrow.
Hello, everybody.
Good night, and thank you for listening.
You're very welcome, Frodo.